Hello, guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo action. Should be a lot of fun here. As we get after it, we got a lovely minor jackpot of $241 sitting at 52 balls or less. A mega prize of $42,672 at 49 balls or less. And a major jackpot of $3,478 at 51 balls or less.
That's right. Stick around and get enrolled as we can't wait to give out some awesome jackpot prizes to you lucky players. We also want to highlight some of the great players who ended up getting to take home some of those awesome jackpot prizes just yesterday. We were able to give out a total of 24 different jackpots for the total of the season 17 so far. We love to see it. We are just about 9 days into the season, and we had those two winners add into that total just yesterday.
Absolutely great stuff there as we... Did we talk about where we're streaming live to?
Usually that's your shtick.
Well, sometimes I like to skip it. I give it to you every once in a while.
You don't, because then I say it, and you're like, well, that was already said.
Well, you're supposed
So
to pay
I
attention
rely
to what
on
I
you.
say. We're at the start of a broadcast, Jordy. You should at least be able to pay attention at least
I'm
enough.
making eyes at our audience. I'm not paying attention to what you say.
You should at least be able to pay attention a little bit to what I get through. Okay, we're
I
streaming
don't.
live on the Pilot TVs. Player Connect at pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, and Twitch. Channel name's MegaSota. Hopefully you guys are checking that out. Give it out so we can give out some great prizes to you guys, as it's always a lot of fun here as we stream these games live to you guys. As we got Jingle Bell right now leading the charge. Actually, that's not Jingle Bell. I don't know what that name is.
Gingy Jill.
Gingy Jill. I don't know why. I just read Jingle Bell. But we will
It may be
continue.
Jingle. I can't tell if that's an I or an L.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
definitely an I. We do have great players getting after in this game. But the great players taking home wins yesterday. First win went out to Eat Mo over at the Cabin Bar. Me and Jordy were actually able to give that one out yesterday in a little pilot payday action at 6 p.m. We'll have another opportunity that later tonight at 6 p.m. as well. But they took home $2,500 in that fantastic game. Congratulations to you, Eat Mo.
I definitely will not be eating Mo, as I went to Mo's Southwest Grill or whatever it's called, and it was atrocious.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty bad. Did I go with you? Or
Yes, you did.
was
When
it-
you walked in, and I had already started ordering, so I couldn't back out. But you
Oh.
took one look at the meat, and you were like, I'm not going to eat here. That was a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
I got roped into having a burrito bowl there, and I took like 3 bites of it only.
I can't remember what we're when.
It was in Bay City, Mo's.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like a Chipotle or a Qdoba.
Yeah. I
It's
totally
a step
remember
down
that.
from those two.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
At least our location was.
Absolutely, I was not. I saw it and I was like, nope, not gonna do it.
Man, I was very disappointed. But congratulations to Eat Mo taking home that great jackpot.
Yeah, I thought of Mo and Curly.
Oh, well, then you got to include Larry.
Yeah, Mo, Curly, and Larry. And so that's what I thought. Mo and
Is Mo the one with the coconut haircut?
I don't remember which
the
one's
black
named
bowl
which
cut?
of the three.
Because Curly, Mo, and Larry. Curly's bald. Larry has the curly hair, and Mo has the bowl cut.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, Mo has the ball cut. Curly's bald. Yeah, Larry has the crazy.
I was
curly
correct.
Hair. Yeah. Well, great stuff there. Larry and Curly don't eat Mo. That's not a good idea. He's kind of your leader. And
Oh, he wouldn't let that happen. If anything, they're eating Larry.
okay, Larry's my favorite, so that would hurt. We do have Kutch over at the RJ's on 5th Avenue, taking home $16.30 in our game number 1. Congratulations to you in this fantastic matchup as we now get enrolled into this next game with that minor jackpot clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it. The Three Stooges, the more recent movie that came out in the 20-teens, was the first thing I ever saw Sofia Vergara in, and then ended up really enjoying her
Really?
in. What was the first name you saw her in?
Probably just her being her.
Really? Yeah, I don't follow pop culture at all. So
I think she was. I don't know if she was a pageant woman. For some reason, I'm picturing her in some kind of pageant,
Oh, maybe.
but I
don't know.
could be so wrong.
Yeah, it was she played one of the nuns.
Yes.
In the Three Stooges movie.
Yeah, I definitely remember that one as
And then
well.
ended up just absolutely loving her and her comedy in Modern Family. And so great stuff there. But great job to you, Eat Mo, taking home an awesome win there.
Absolutely.
Trying to figure out what you know Sofia Vergara from. Did
Yes.
she compete in Miss Universe or something
She
like
might have
that?
been Miss Columbia. She was Miss Universe. I knew it. I was gonna say I knew her from her pageant days and as a model.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Okay, so yeah, not keeping up with pop culture, keeping up with
No.
the pageant scene right
Yes,
there.
I wanted to be in the pageant scene for a while. I was invited to do so, but then my
Oh.
parents didn't let me.
Yeah, it's a bad scene, so I get your parents
Yeah,
not
but
letting
I
you
was
do it.
invited to Miss Teen Michigan, and I was like, that's so cool. I was only like 16 at the time. I
Uh-huh.
got a letter in the mail that was like certified and stamped by the state of Michigan. I was like, this is so cool. I'm handpicked, parents.
There you
They
go.
didn't let me go.
There
It
you
was
go.
like in Pontiac I had to go to, and they were like, this is a scam. I was like, no, it's not.
I want to do it.
Yeah, and I knew people who went on, and I actually had a friend that won that contest.
That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, great job to you, Eat Mo, getting us all sidetracked, as we do have one more player to highlight.
That's right, as big player Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards ends up getting to take home $5,173 just yesterday while playing. Congratulations. Going out to longtime player Funk.
A great win for you. So happy to have you taking home that big win. One of those few players that we got to meet over at
Yes.
Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. Hopefully you and Towley are doing good over there.
Yeah, Funk,
enjoying your time.
Towley, and Wolfstein.
Yay.
All three of them.
Yeah,
The Motley Trio.
Yeah, they were great. Our own Three Stooges out there playing
Honestly.
at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, and we mean that with love.
All the love.
Great job to you, Emo and Funk, getting 2 wins there on that awesome Thursday as we get after it in this fantastic game number 2 right here. We already got GOAT right now, 12 balls away. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it. Should be a lot of fun.
That's right.
Who's your actress GOAT, greatest of all time? Meryl Streep.
That's who first came to my mind.
That's who first came to my mind as well when I thought of him.
Because she's just either her or Julie Andrews.
That was my second. It was Julie Andrews.
They're just timeless women who are so multifaceted, and so
I have to give it to Julie Andrews in my
I was
opinion
gonna say Julie
because
Andrews.
she has more roles in movies that I just absolutely love. Even though I do recognize Meryl Streep and her just like iconic works, her movies are just not ones that I necessarily like chuck on all the time.
I think Meryl Streep is the better actress, but I think Julie Andrews is the more talented woman.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love The Sound of Music. It's one of my favorite musicals as a kid. Probably got me into just musicals in general, watching The Sound of Music, and has made me have just a love for every musical that really comes out. So shout out to Julie Andrews. But good job to you, GOAT, competing in this game. But right now, Viv is leading the charge in 3rd place. We'll see if they can take home an awesome prize.
Absolutely. As we close in here, I'd love to highlight our Facebook page. If you head on over to Facebook, search up Pilot Games, and give us a like and follow, you'll be able to stay up to date and in the know with all of our weekly bingo schedules, seeing those great event details wherever those big progressives have grown, and even more there. We love to see you guys come on out and stay up to date and be a part of our pilot community. So make sure you guys head on over to that Facebook page today and go give it a like and follow. We are closing in here just 1 ball away. We'll have to see who's going to be taking home that must-go prize. It's looking like $25 exactly will be going out to that very lucky player, there it is, Palm Desert over at the Atomic Star Tavern gets to take that one home. Congratulations, $25 hitting your iPad. That minor jackpot will be growing into this game number 3 that now will be sitting at 56 balls or less as it closes in on $300. So make sure you guys get enrolled in the next 2 minutes.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you, Palm Desert, as we now get into this upcoming game and start highlighting our daily bingo schedule, as we are now getting into game number 3 of 12 games of game day bingo that we play every single day from 12 all the way till 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, me and Jordy like to live host a show during this 12 to 1 time as we give out a minor, major, and try and give out a minor, major, and mega prize. At 1 o'clock, we will switch on over to a little Lucky 4 bingo. Today's Lucky 4 bingo matchup has a $90,439 available in it, and that's only going to get larger as you guys get enrolled and play that awesome 1 p.m. game. Should be a lot of fun that you won't want to miss out on, as it is the largest jackpot available today.
That's right. So stick around because then after 1 p.m., you'll get into some more great game day bingo opportunities that lead you all the way till 4 p.m. and your second chance at Lucky 4 Bingo at 4. We love a little 4 for 4 action with that over $90,000 jackpot if it does not go out at 1 p.m. So make sure you guys stick around and come on out at 4 p.m. for that great game of Lucky 4 Bingo.
Afterwards, you'll hop into more game day bingo that runs from 4 all the way till 6 p.m. Once again, working on that minor, major, and mega prize as I'll be back here during this awesome happy hour game day bingo. As Monday through Friday, I live host at 4 to 6 time, and it should be a blast as we get after through those 23 games. At 6 p.m., we'll bring our final happy hour game matchup as you'll play a matchup of Pilot Payday. It's your final chance at a $2,500 must-go prize in Pilot Payday, as it's only played on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so you have to wait all the way till next week on Wednesday to take home that lovely win. It's 10 cents a card to take home that $2,500, and it's definitely worth it.
Absolutely. Come on out for that great chance at 6 p.m. It'll be a lot of fun. Then you guys will get to finish off your night and head into this weekend from 6 to 10 playing some uninterrupted game day bingo. Should be some awesome stuff as you guys continue going after that minor, major, and mega jackpot prize. We have some awesome cash all throughout our day, so stick around and play through this amazing Friday alongside us.
Absolutely. We do have balls dropping in this game right here as we'll wait and see who's going to be taking home the win here. And as we wait to see who takes home the win, we'd like to highlight some wonderful national days. As we start off our National Day list with National Houseplant Appreciation Day. One of the best ways to enhance a space is by adding houseplants. The busy holidays can cause many of us to neglect some of our regular routines, including houseplant care. Houseplant Appreciation Day on January 10th serves as a reminder to give your houseplants a little extra attention to keep them thriving.
Absolutely. This is one that I strive to achieve later in life. I can't say that I'll be doing it anytime soon, as I just know I don't have the bandwidth to be a plant mom. I am really bad at being a plant mom. I kill pretty much every plant that Ian and I are gifted.
We have one plant that's had us for a while.
Okay, I take it back. We kill every plant that we are gifted. This is a dual effort trying to co-parent these plants.
I never want a house plant. She wants house plants. So
okay, but your family has gifted us all of our house plants. So let's take a step back here. I try really hard, except I am not one to go out of my way to like look up the specific plant that we are gifted and find out the care that they need to receive. And so I sometimes overwater. I sometimes underwater.
Sometimes never water.
Sometimes never water. So, within 6 months, they typically are a little brown and withery. But, eventually in life, I would like to have at least like a little herb garden that I can grow with like mint and basil. I think that I could be able to do that at least.
There you go.
And I would like to grow certain things outside our home.
I definitely love the idea of outside plant care.
Yes, I
and
absolutely
doing all
want a
that.
garden at some point in my life, but the aspect of having houseplants, I definitely just need to stick to like a snake plant or like a rubber plant because those are like they're almost impossible to kill. And so I think I'm going to stay in my lane, but everyone who has those houseplants, today is the day to go and appreciate them.
Absolutely. We got Woodpile over at the Haskills taking home $37.60 in this great game. Congratulations to you, Woodpile. As we now get rolled into this next game, Minor Jackpot clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it. Woodpile makes me think about just back in the day when we would get prepped and ready for the winter season, and my parents were just, my grandparents, they were always like, we're not gonna buy like wood. We're gonna
No,
make
that's silly.
like that's just like
It's a waste of money.
we have it. My grandpa has a lot of acres of land, and so we just go out there, cut down at one of the bigger trees, and then they would basically send me off to it. And they were like, "Ian, you're gonna cut up this entire tree and create a giant wood pile for us." And I kind of miss that. I
was gonna say I strive to have you do that for our house every fall.
Yeah. I want. I haven't had a what's it called, fireplace since I was in middle school. And so, but in middle school, it was a great way for me to train. It was before I got too into like weight training and everything like that. And so it was a great way for me to like gain core strength and do that kind of stuff. I thought it helped me a lot with sports and being able to. I noticed when I would do that, because I'd do it right around like the end of like football season. I would start doing all the chopping of wood during the summer, sometimes even if I was getting prepped early. And I noticed that my like throwing power would get stronger from chopping wood all day. And it was a great little thing to get me outside. And I found it so fun. I mean, swinging an axe around as a middle school kid was I just thought was cool in
You had
general.
so much power in your
And
hands.
I was like, oh yeah, and it was a great time. And so I
What
enjoyed
little boy
it.
doesn't want to feel like a lumberjack?
Yeah, exactly. Roll up my little flannel and go to town
Get to
at
work.
it. Yeah, it was a fun
More
one.
like your bright blue Nike hoodie. But yeah, I never had to chop wood, but I was in the business of having to stack the wood, and sometimes we even still fall victim to that in my parents' house, where they have a full wall of wood that they built just a couple years ago. That more so Ian than I, but you guys had to stack all of that wood, and there was probably over, what would you say, 400 logs?
I don't know. Lots of wood.
Lots of
wood.
wood.
That's for sure. Fun stuff there, though. Great job to you, Woodpile, getting a great win. Just making me reminisce about some great memories.
Absolutely, but we were talking about National Houseplant Appreciation Day, so not chopping wood, keeping your plants alive, making sure you water them, and making sure that they are thriving on today. Really awesome stuff. Next up, we have National Oysters Rockefeller Day, and on today, Oysters Rockefeller Day, as this falls on January 10th, helps recognize a dish so rich that there was only one man's name this dish could bear at the time. At least that's the story according to the chef who masterfully created the famous recipes in the French Quarter. That's really funny, yeah, naming it after Rockefeller. This is a baked oyster. This typically has some sort of cream, cheese, spinach, maybe even some pancetta or bacon. And breadcrumbs, and then baked. Super fun stuff. I can't say that this is my preferred oyster, but my grandma loved oysters Rockefeller.
Really?
This is what
Okay.
she always wanted to have. I would want to have the raw oyster on the half shell, but she loved this.
Yeah, I don't like oysters, so
That's okay. You can tell them a little bit more about oysters Rockefeller, though.
yeah, I can't. I wanted to talk about my disdain for oysters, but
Let 'em
okay.
know.
As Jordy's the reason I have to have oysters every once in a while.
Oh,
and
come on. I've made you try them like once.
I've tried them 3 times since.
And I'm sure it was my dad pestering and not
Yes,
me.
yes, it's every time your whole family makes me
I was gonna say.
stares me down as I have to.
And I usually I yell to the crowd, "He's tried it. He's fine." And my dad's like, "He's not fine.
Yeah.
It's a new year, new oysters."
Need to try it every single year, and it always
It'll never change. Maybe in 7 years from now, you'll
maybe,
find
but
yourself
I don't.
liking
It's not a
oysters.
taste issue. I just don't
Yeah.
like, and it's because maybe I would like oysters Rockefeller. I've never tried oysters Rockefeller.
You
but,
might, actually.
But the like the cold oysters, just it feels like I'm like a frozen loogie to me is what it feels like going down my throat, and so then I just can't get behind it.
Oysters aren't for everyone.
No, they aren't.
I could eat a dozen to myself.
We do have our minor jackpot winner here. We need to highlight Tony over at the Green Mill Shore View is taking home $392.69. Congratulations to you, Tony, in this awesome game of Game Day Bingo. Minor jackpot will be clicking up from, clicking back to 52 balls or less, as the Musco prize will remain available at $53.80.
Absolutely. Awesome job going on out to Tony. We'll have that double Musco going into this next game, so stick around. But we were talking about oysters Rockefeller and how I specifically love a good raw oyster. I could eat probably 2 dozen oysters to myself and be completely happy.
And that's the problem, is that you're like the times I would eat oysters, it would be with your family, and your family always gets that kind of oyster, and so I'll never get the chance at the oysters Rockefeller, because I'm not going to buy myself my own plate of oysters Rockefeller and then run the chance that I'm not going to enjoy it, and then everyone else is like, okay, we'll eat it, but like we would have rather had the other oysters instead, and so
Yeah, don't let my father fool you. He would eat every oysters Rockefeller on that plate with a smile and a pat on the belly. He would be so happy. He is just a man that loves some good food. It really doesn't matter what you put in front of him. If it's good quality food, he is going to scarf it. And we were talking about Oysters Rockefeller on today, as it was named after John D. Rockefeller, the richest man at the time in America. So awesome stuff. Maybe try Oysters Rockefeller on today.
Next up, we got Save the Eagles Day. Each year on January 10th, Save the Eagles Day reminds us of the majestic raptors that soar above the earth, whether they are well populated or endangered due to the work of scientists and the public. The bald eagle was removed from this list in June 2007. Poaching, pesticides, and other dangers continue to threaten eagle populations, and we work to rectify.
Absolutely. I am one that didn't really realize how many different subspecies of eagles there were, and that there was a lot of different types of eagles in America and around the world in general. And as someone that grew up in the Metro Detroit area, I had only ever heard of just like eagles being protected, needing to protect our eagles, and having one that was brought up in captivity brought to our school so we could see an eagle just in our lifetime even. But then I ended up moving a little bit more to a rural area of Michigan for college, and I've been just driving around, and I was able to see like my first eagle just naturally flying, and I just it opened my eyes and made me a lot more fascinated with eagles after seeing them just naturally occurring.
Yeah, in our old pilot office, there was an eagle nest that was right across the street. So that was cool.
I only got to see him one time.
Really?
Yeah, I saw one that lived a little bit on the outskirts of our town towards the native reserve. And there was one that I would always see when I was driving on out to Coleman.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. It could have been the same.
Could have been the same one.
Maybe not the one out in Coleman, but because that's a little bit farther out. But you could have definitely been
anywhere in Mount Pleasant could have been.
Yeah, it could have been that eagle.
Lucky Luke, our eagle.
Is that what you're naming him? Lucky Luke?
Yep.
Well,
because it feels like eagles are good omens when you see them. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but it makes me feel more positive.
That's awesome. I'm glad you feel that way. That's great.
Eagles are very cool to me.
They're definitely really, really cool creatures. They're one of the cooler just birds in general.
Did you know that the women actually get larger than the men on average?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
You just want to lay that out, or you want to tell them the facts about it, or?
There's not much that go to compare female size to male size, but on average, they're about 30 to 40 inches long, weighing anywhere from about 8 to 14 pounds. But their wingspan, which is an incredible feat, is anywhere from 7 to 8 feet wide.
That's crazy. An adult eagle is
nuts.
Huge. Bald eagles
can only be 1.5 feet this way, but 8 feet that way.
That's nuts.
No, 2.5 feet, but whatever.
Yeah. Bald eagles build the largest nest of any North American bird, and some can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. Both the male and female build the nest, but the female chooses the tree.
Very cool.
Well, you gotta choose the location.
I'm fine with that. Eagles can actually reach up to speeds of 100 miles per hour when diving to catch a prey.
Very crazy stuff there. Yeah, everyone talks about like having an eagle eye or something like that. Well, eagles have very powerful eyesight and can spot a prey from up to 2 miles away. They have two centers of focus, allowing them to see forward and to the side at the same time.
Wow. That's really impressive.
Yeah, very, very cool.
That's really awesome. The fact about the whole 2 miles away is insane to me.
Yeah, it makes sense why people talk about having an eagle eye.
Yeah.
We do have a split win here as Mikey Mike and JLA as well as Matthew are all splitting up $91.50 on our double must-go win here. Congratulations to all three of our winners. JLA over at Frosty's Bar and Grill. We also got Matthew over the Albany Bowling Center and Mikey Mike over the Old Piper and Plain.
Absolutely. Getting rolled into this next matchup as that minor jackpot will be clicking back up to 54 balls or less as we jump into our next national day. National Cut Your Energy Cost Day. National Cut Your Energy Cost Day encourages consumers to explore their options and keep up with scheduled maintenance. Each year on January 10th, the observance provides information designed to help homeowners and businesses to reduce energy costs as well as improve efficiency. Did you know that turning up your heating system can save you up to 3 to 10%?
That's crazy. Definitely an important one to highlight. As
I guess you can turn our heat up.
I already have.
Did you?
Yeah, I did just a few days ago.
Oh.
It is often that things that you do that can save you big money on your energy bill, such as weatherproof your home, replace old windows with new energy-efficient windows, replace old furnace with a new energy-efficient furnace, properly maintain furnace, use solar heat if possible, turn down the thermostats, turning off lights when leaving a room, use energy efficient compact fluorescent light bulbs, run dishwasher and washing machine only when fully loaded, lower water heater temperature, take shorter showers, unplug unused appliances, and carpool whenever possible.
Absolutely. Those are just a few ways that you can cut your energy costs down. I know a few of them I'm pretty guilty of, like a long shower. It definitely can cut those water costs down, but
I can't take
it's
a
a
long
tough
shower
one.
during this time of the year. I'll end up with just such dry skin. I can't handle it. I need to. I can't take a long shower at this point.
I love a good long shower.
Summer long shower. I'll do all the time.
See, I am the opposite. I'd rather take a long, very, very hot shower in the winter, and I like a quick cool down in the summer.
There you go. Well, probably the
gonna
reverse
do?
way that you're supposed to do it. But I mean,
Well,
actually, it doesn't really matter. Just shorter showers are just important to save on that energy cost.
absolutely. Well, any way you can, try and cut down your energy costs on today. National Cut Your Energy Cost Day. We have one final national day to highlight with National Bittersweet Chocolate Day, as chocolate lovers rejoice on this great national day that falls on January 10th and gives you the excuse to indulge on some chocolate satisfaction. National Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day is another national day that we happen to celebrate, but that falls on November 7th. So we already celebrated it just this past fall, and you gotta wait till about 7 more months from here, or even longer, for you guys to be able to celebrate it. But we have National Bittersweet Chocolate Day on today. Super fun one. This is definitely the chocolate chip that my mom primarily used, and it would be much to my dismay.
Yeah, I think it's the regular baking chocolate, in my opinion. That's definitely what I see get baked with more
Yeah,
often.
she finally got sick of me complaining about bittersweet, and so she started buying semi-sweet.
There you go.
Now they have only like milk chocolate and white chocolate in their household, and it's just my parents. And I'm like, what are you two doing?
You're like, why? Now you should be going to the bittersweet. When I was here, you should have been making out of milk chocolate.
For real.
That's super funny. Yeah. Did you know that that the amount of pure cocoa defines if it is dark, semi-sweet, or bittersweet?
Huh.
Dark is over 70%. Bittersweet is 70%, with a chocolate content, sugar content of 30%. Semi-sweet is 60% cocoa and 40% sugar.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. There's a little science behind your nice chocolate taste.
Wow. Yeah, I'm a big fan of a lot of chocolates nowadays. There's not really one you could put in front of me that I'd be upset about.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually enjoy, even though dark chocolate is over, I enjoy dark chocolate more than I enjoy bittersweet chocolate.
I completely agree. Completely agree.
We do have a $22.50 Musco prize going out to Ginger over at the CY's Bar and Grill. Congratulations to you, Ginger. In this fantastic game of Game Day Bingo, we'll now be getting enrolled into this next matchup. Minor prize, clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun at that ball count as we continue to get after it in these lovely games of Game Day Bingo.
Absolutely. Getting rolled into the next game. Just about 2 minutes to do so. You do not want to miss out here as we've got those great cash prizes. But happy National Bittersweet Chocolate Day. That is the final national day we'll highlight on today. So maybe you guys can get your hands on some of that bittersweet chocolate and celebrate today.
Absolutely. We do have a little bit of Vikings news to talk about as Monday night's wild card game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams will be played in Arizona, the NFL announced yesterday. The postseason contest initially was scheduled for SoFi Stadium as the Rams won the NFC West Division to earn home field advantage for the first round. The decision to relocate was not taken lightly and is being made considering the multiple wildfires that have left chaos and destruction in their wake. So definitely a crazy thing to happen, but it's just something that needed to happen there. And we hope everybody out there in Los Angeles is, getting better. If you got family out there, we send our support out to you guys. And we hope our Minnesota Vikings can play even better in Arizona.
Absolutely. We are excited for that game happening on Monday night, so make sure you guys come on out as we take on the Rams at 7 p.m. And make sure you guys, if you want to show your support in the meantime, you absolutely can do so. We've got that eTab game that we've teamed up with our Minnesota Vikings for right there on those iPads. You guys can check out Vikings Victory wherever you play Pilot games. It's a lot of fun and a great way to show your support. Check out Vikings Victory today as you play.
Absolutely. Well, since we have finished the regular season of the NFL, and this was your first season doing a game day bingo, not game day, just a Vikings game day with me, doing a full season of it. And so, who is your Minnesota Vikings favorite player this season?
Ian.
Come on, you've been reading about them all year long.
Yeah, I'll say Sammy D. I know he had a rough game against the Lions, but I love the clips of our coach talking to him on the headset being like, I'm so proud, you did so good.
There you
So
go.
I'll say Sammy D just this past season. I think he did really great.
Yeah, Sam Darnold is definitely one of the best players this season. He's been probably the biggest shock of this season, being able to watch him take a team that wasn't expected to be at the bottom half of the NFC North in particular, and we ended up being in competition for the number one spot. And in many years, we would have been the number one seed in the NFC North, but the Lions just ended up having a fantastic season as well, and it just came down to the wire where we ended up losing the NFC North. But 14-3 season, fantastic, and a lot of that due to us having a quarterback that was able to step up, being able to revitalize his career in Sam Darnold. We love an underdog story, and so Sam Darnold has been the epitome of that, just not being able to find his footing in the NFL and then being able to have a successful career. That's definitely a player you just want to root for, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say my favorite player this season has been Andrew Van Ginkel. I absolutely love that guy. I just love anybody who looks like a Viking out there playing for the Minnesota Vikings. I loved when we picked up TJ Hawkinson because he just looks like a Viking. And Andrew Van Ginkel with his long blonde hair hanging out of his helmet, he just looks like a Viking. And he's been having a fantastic season. 2 pick sixes on the year, has been disruptive in pass coverage as well as getting after the quarterback. He's just one of those guys that when important plays are needed, he makes them, and so that's my favorite Vikings player of the regular season. We'll see if we can get a favorite player of the playoffs, so that we can hopefully have enough games to be able to change up our players and be like, oh, this is now my favorite player of these playoffs. Monday night, Vikings Rams should be a good one.
Absolutely. Come on out. It's happening at 7 p.m. that Monday night. But we have our winner here, as we have Ben over at Swanee's Pub taking away $30.20 on this great Must-Go prize. Nicely done going on out to Ben as we have that minor jackpot now up at 58 balls or less getting into this next game. Very exciting stuff, so stick around and get enrolled. You don't want to miss out on any of the great cash we have growing.
That's for sure. As we get after in this game, we'd like to give out a shout out to our game day bingo standings. It's definitely a lot of fun there, and currently our game day bingo standings are being rebuilt for this next upcoming season. But our season winners from season 16, which were the 6 months prior to New Year, we have an amazing top 10 we'd love to highlight.
That's right, hopping on into 10th place, we have 6'9" T-Bird at the Lookout Bar and Grill, who finished that season with 103,000 points. 106,000 for 9th place, Mike over at American Legion Brooklyn Center. 8th place is Jer Bear at the B&B Sports Bar and Grill with 109,000 points. While with 116,000 in 7th place, we've got Fast Eddie over at Hiller's Last Call Liquor. 6th place is Yags 370 at the Sidetrack with 119,000 points. Before in 5th, it's Vidi over at the Municipal Liquor Store Akeley with 130,000. 133,000 points for 4th place, Maggie at the Heartland University. While in 3rd, Brother Nate at Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville sits with 202,000 points. 219,000 points for 2nd place, Mimi at the L&M Bar. And in 1st place, it is none other than Call Me Jen at J.R. Mac with 448,000 points. Congratulations to the entirety of that Season 16 Game Day Bingo standings.
Great job, you Call Me Jen. Now on to the location side of these standings. 10th place, we got the Old Piper in Blaine with 199,000 points, as Danny's Dugout sits in 9th with 211,000 points. With 215,000 points in 8th place, we got the Lookout Bar and Grill, as the Sidetrack sits in 7th with 256,000 points. With 272,000 points in 6th place, we have the Riverboat Depot, as 5th place is VFW Spring Lake Park with 301,000 points. With 315,000 points in 4th place, we have Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville, as 3rd place is the L&M Bar with 322,000 points. With 350,000 points in 2nd place, we have Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, as our number 1 location is JR Mac with a total of 540,000 Game Day Bingo points.
That is truly incredible stuff, as we are officially over our first week into Season 17 as well. So make sure you guys come on out for every Game Day Bingo opportunity you can to try and solidify your spot in our standings these next 6 months. These players have been competing tooth and nail for this previous past 6 months, so congratulations to Call Me Jen, as well as the entirety of that player standings, as well as the locations they help play, or help earn those points each time they play there. Make sure you choose the location that you would like to earn those points, as well as you check out our great Game Day Bingo prizes.
Yep, definitely a lot of fun. But we also got great prizes available in our e-tabs. Over 70 different Charitable e-tab games that we can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. Games featuring low bets from 50 cents to $5 that are worth your gander. So definitely check them out, as we got a lot of fun e-tabs.
We do. I'm going to be highlighting a little Moonshot. It's a super fun e-tab game where you shoot for the stars, aim for the moon, and take home some out-of-this-world prizes. It's definitely a lot of fun. Go and check out Moonshoot today.
Absolutely. What's your favorite space-themed movie?
That's a really tough one.
Yeah, there's a lot of really great ones that have went for space. I'm a huge fan of Interstellar. If we're going for more of a realism space type storyline, Star Wars is my favorite all-time favorite ones. I can't put a favorite on the Star Wars movies. I just can't. But one of the Star Wars movies, my favorite space theme of all time. But
I like the first prequel.
the first prequel.
Yeah, seeing Anakin as a kid on Tatooine. I like that for Star Wars.
And you've always really enjoyed Darth Maul's whole character design.
Yes, I like Darth Maul, and we see a lot of young Padme as well. I liked that one. If I was going for serious, I'll pick Martian with Matt Damon. I think he did a really great job. Or Gravity with Sandra Bullock, I think.
Okay.
Is it Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, it's Sandra Bullock.
I thought that one was really well done. Her and George Clooney are in that one. But I will say, what's that? Treasure Planet? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Treasure
Treasure Planet.
We do have a winner here as Woodpile over Haskell's is taking home $41.50. Congratulations to you, Woodpile, as we now get enrolled into this next game. Well, if you want a space-themed E-type game, try Space Sweepers, Moonshot, or some of the others, as there is great options on all of
Buffalo
those.
Stars.
Yeah, there's a lot of great options for you guys out there playing these games.
Absolutely. Go and check out all of our different E-Tab games and let us know which one is your favorite. As you just have about 2 minutes to get enrolled into this next game, though, we want to highlight anyone who's out there playing Pilot games on their birthday today. Happy birthday out to you. Hopefully you can take home some of these great jackpot prizes alongside us as we highlight some of the celebrities that you might just happen to share your birthday with. Like how on today in 1964, we've got George Washington Carver, the African-American agricultural scientist who studied the peanut.
Absolutely great stuff. You've already celebrated his birthday a little bit today by enjoying a little bit of peanut butter on a good old waffle.
Yes.
And so that's a great way to celebrate peanut butter toast. Some of my favorite action right there. Peanut butter in general is one of my just favorite things that have ever been invented throughout the history of humans. And so I appreciate George Washington Carver, who pioneered the peanut on today.
Absolutely. I would have to agree, and I think it's very funny that he will always be known as the Peanut Man. I even just watched one of those street interviews where they were asking a young woman just different influential African American icons throughout the years, and it was just by picture, and she had to guess who each person was, and she took one look at him, and she goes, "Peanut butter!" right at the camera. I thought it was so funny.
That's so good.
And then she brought up the Proud Family movie, how they had Carver on the island with all the peanuts.
Okay.
And then they crump.
I didn't watch The Proud Family.
The movie?
No.
Very good. It has Carver mentioned, and they have a whole like an island of peanut minions.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like little peanut people.
Yeah.
They have a whole dance battle with the three, if you know anything about the Proud Family, the three blue. No?
I do.
The three blue girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like a dance battle with them and one of the main character's friends. It's a good time.
There you go.
It'll always remind me of George Washington Carver.
That's super fun. George Washington Carver. Shout out to the Peanut Man on today, as I love some good peanuts. I like just peanuts in general. Just eating them, peanut M&Ms, super tasty as well.
Yeah.
Maybe my favorite M&M is a good peanut M&M. Just shout out to
Growing
peanuts.
up, I ate a ton of peanuts when I was a child. That was a snack that we always had in our
yeah.
house. Was like that tube of peanuts. And then we lived right next door to the Henry Ford Museum, and they have a place called Greenfield Village there, and they would have barrels of peanuts, and you could just go take a fistful.
That was my favorite part of going to Five Guys, was being able to get the peanuts.
My dad, every time I've gone to Five Guys with him, he asked for a separate fry tray so he can scoop and have a big thing of peanuts at the table as well.
For sure, it's great. I always ask for an extra cup.
Yeah.
To be able to put all my peanuts in. It's a great time. It's a great time. Happy birthday to George Washington Carver as we move on to our next celebrity birthday, born on today in 1908. Paul Henry. Yeah, George Washington Carver was 1864.
I was wondering about that as I read it out.
Yeah, I must have typed it out wrong. But
I was like, he was born in 64. That's the year my dad was born.
Yeah, 1908. Paul Henry was born on today. Austrian-American actor that did Casablanca as well as now Voyager.
Yeah, Now and Voyager are two separate works. Paul Henry is definitely... Oh, I'm sorry. You were correct. Yeah, definitely probably best known for Casablanca. Very fun stuff.
Yeah, very, very influential in his depictions, in his roles. So happy birthday, Paul Henry.
Absolutely. Up next in 1938, we got Frank Holovic. He is the Canadian Hockey Hall of Fame left wing and as well as politician. He was a 6-time Stanley Cup winner.
Absolutely. Great stuff there. A dominant force in the NHL. 6 Stanley Cups is so impressive, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017. He was named one of the 100 greatest NHL players in history. That is awesome.
Very cool. happy birthday to the Canadian senator.
Yeah, we do have a winner here.
Yes, we do. As Woodpile at Haskell's is having a day. Congratulations, taking home yet another prize. $50.90 this time is heading your way, Woodpile. Nicely done there as we get enrolled into this next matchup. Just one ball off from taking home that minor that will now be at 62 balls or less. Super exciting stuff, so continue to get enrolled into this next game.
Absolutely. And as we get enrolled, we highlight our next celebrity birthday, born on today in 1938, Willie McCovey, a American baseball Hall of Fame first baseman, six-time MLB All-Star, NL MVP in 1969, National League home run leader in 1963, 68, and in 69, playing for the San Francisco Giants.
Well, awesome stuff. Nicknamed Stretch and Willie Mack.
That's awesome stuff there. Dominant player, spending all of his 19 seasons with the San Francisco Giants. Definitely a very impressive player. Happy birthday.
Absolutely. It was inducted into the Hall of Fame as well. Up next, one of my personal favorites on this list, probably my favorite on this list, we have in 1964 Jim Croce. He is the American singer-songwriter who did Time in a Bottle, Bad Bad Leroy Brown. I mean, just so many great songs.
Yeah, he is a very, very influential artist with an awesome mustache.
He was my top artist of 2020. I think.
Really?
Yes, with Walking Back to Georgia. That was my number one played song in 2020.
That's awesome. Great singer that we get to highlight. Yeah. Released 5 studio albums and numerous singles. Croce took a series of odd jobs to pay the bills while he continued to write, record, and perform concerts.
Absolutely. I wish that he was still around and still touring because I would spend my money for sure. I'm a big fan of Jim Croce. I've listened to specifically Walking Back to Georgia and Bad Bad Leroy Brown were on my playlist for the past 3 years. I also love Time in a Bottle, but that was one that is it's on movie scores, and so I hear that one just more often out in the world, and so I haven't saved that one, but happy birthday, Jim Croce.
Next up, born on today in 1945, we got Rod Stewart, the British rock and standards singer who did Maggie May, Do You Think I'm Sexy, and Downtown Train.
Absolutely. Another huge artist, even way surpasses Jim Croce, but really awesome stuff. Sir Roderick David Stewart is the British rock and pop singer-songwriter. Just incredible. He sold more than 120 million records worldwide with his career beginning back in 1962 when he took up busking with a harmonica.
That is crazy stuff.
I love that.
That's definitely a fun career to be able to highlight there. Happy birthday to Roderick David Stewart. Fun one on today.
Absolutely. He's got some of my favorite outfits worn by a lead singer. Happy birthday. Next up in 1948, we've got Donald Fagen. He is the American rock vocalist, keyboardist, and songwriter. Steely Dan! Oh, this is an incredible list of musicians on today. I love Steely Dan. They did Reelin' in the Years, Deacon Blue, and so much more. I was just fangirling over Steely Dan to my friend not too long ago, and her fiance's mom had heard me, and she goes, "Oh, you like the old stuff." I was like, he's in the 70s. He's not too crazy, but yeah.
That's super funny. Steely Dan's a fun. He was also in the Dukes of September as well. Maybe you need to give that band a listen to.
Maybe I do.
But Reelin' in the Years, Do It Again, Hey 19, New Frontier, My Old School, Peg, Deacon Blues, Dirty Work, so many fun hits.
Absolutely. I love Reelin' in the Years and Do It Again. Those are there's a reason they're the top of his discography, but awesome stuff. Happy birthday, Donald Fagen. Love you.
Next up, born on today in 1949, we got George Foreman, the American boxer, world heavyweight champion from in 1973 through 74, and then re-got it again in 1995. That is a crazy distance of being
20 years later.
Yeah, 20 years later becoming the champ, which is crazy. Also known for the Foreman grills as well.
I think it's hilarious. The top two photos that come up of him are one where he's just like this as a boxer, and the next it's this over a grill with a spatula in hand.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Love George Foreman. We do have Ye, Balls, as well as Shawnee, all splitting up that prize of $60.10. Congratulations to all of you winners as we now get enrolled into this next game with that minor jackpot clicking up again. Somehow we weren't able to give out that minor jackpot as it clicks up to 64 balls or less.
Well, nicely done to all of those great players splitting up that must-go prize. We'll have this next game, like Ian said, in just about 2 minutes. Get enrolled. And happy birthday to George Foreman.
Yeah, one of the hardest hitters in boxing history. Definitely a great one. I also really wanted my parents to name their new dog George Foreman, but they decided
You got
not to.
ixnayed on that one.
I did because everyone was like, the guy who makes the grills, and I was like, no, the heavyweight champion boxer George Foreman that also popularized his grill line. But yeah, he does make the grills, but George Foreman, way better than that.
Yeah, I also, wasn't it your grandmother who wanted to name him Sir George?
Yeah, she wanted to be Sir George, and so then I was
I think that's where people got the disdain from, because they didn't want Yaya to win.
Yeah.
She was even offering up briberies to try and get her name picked, and so it added fuel to the fire of the anti-George propaganda.
Yeah, I was totally there for George Foreman. Sir George Foreman, even.
Sir George Foreman.
Well, we'll move on to our next celebrity birthday.
That's right. Born on today in 1969, we've got Chris Mac Daddy Smith. He is the American rapper, primarily known for being in Criss Cross and doing Jump.
Yeah, Criss Cross, such a fun band. Jump is a very, very entertaining song for sure. And it's fun that we get to highlight it on today.
Absolutely. Super, super fun stuff. They were charting the tops at the ages of 12 and 13, respectively.
That's insane. Yeah, they are so young when they were at the top. But it's fun that we get to highlight them. Yeah, only 46 on today as people who I just think of as, hits of they were early 90s,
Yeah.
like hits. And so to think that they're only 46 right now is kind of crazy to me.
Absolutely. I remember when I first saw them, I had like the biggest crush on Chris Mac Daddy Smith of the duo.
Okay.
I thought and now I'm like, what was I thinking?
What was I thinking?
But they had a lot of swag.
Mac Daddy or Daddy Mac?
Daddy Mac.
Okay, Daddy Mac.
Yeah, no.
Because the other one went
Chris
by Mac Daddy.
What's his last name? I can't remember. But no, I liked this one. It's
Kelly.
Kelly.
Yeah, Chris Kelly. Next up in our last celebrity birthday we'll be highlighting on today, born on today in 2000, we got Renee Rapp, the American actress known for her role in the new Mean Girls rendition, has also been
The musical, the movie.
as well as a big singer at this point.
She's been on Broadway as well at this point.
Yeah, very, very popular right now and is continuing to grow her career with a lot of different movies and TV shows that she's become very popular for.
Absolutely. She's been on TV shows on HBO Max as well as that Mean Girls, the musical, the movie, where she starred as Regina George. That didn't necessarily get the highest of praises as that movie came out, but if you take it for what it's worth, it is just entertaining, mildly.
It really popularized her.
Absolutely.
The movie wasn't well loved, but she became well loved for her, doing a really good job as Regina George.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I remember seeing her a couple years ago before even watching her on her TV shows and just seeing videos of her circulating online of being Regina George in the Broadway production of Mean Girls.
Uh-huh.
And it was just like, whoa, she's got an incredible voice. I had only heard of Billie Eilish having such a theatrical voice before, but not theatrical, that's the wrong word, but
I was about to say she has a very theatrical voice. I wouldn't compare it to Billie Eilish's. Billie Eilish is not a theatrical voice. She's a very quiet and soft tone, whisper kind of singer.
yeah, but I just hadn't heard a voice like Billie Eilish's, talent-wise, until Renee Rapp. She was the first person of our generation that could even compete vocally with with Billie Eilish, in my opinion. And so I was just like, whoa, this is an incredible voice. And so it led me on a little bit of a deep dive listening to her stuff. And so I'm glad that she's focusing on music a little bit more now.
Yeah, that's fun. We do have Pete as well as Kyla, Cario, yeah, all three of them splitting up that minor jackpot of $415.98. Congratulations to you in this awesome win, as we will now be getting enrolled into the final game of Game Day Bingo that me and Jordy will be live with you guys for. We'll be working on a double must-go in this matchup, so it should be a lot of fun as we get after it. Happy birthday to Renee Rapp. All of our fun celebrity birthdays on today. We got a lot of great singers that were born on today. So I guess if you want to have a singer, have them born on January 10th, because it seems to work out for most. Got a lot of great celebrity birthdays on today.
That's right. Just about a minute and a half to get enrolled into this game, though, so make sure you don't miss out, as we wouldn't want you to. We also want to highlight a little bit of our Wild news for you guys, as they are 26-12-4 on the season, with the Colorado Avalanche unfortunately winning a 6-1 game at the Xcel Energy Center on Thursday night against the Wild. Zach Bogosian scored for Minnesota, which had won 4 straight games. Philip Gustafsson made 21 saves. I think that we gifted them some goals, Wild coach John Hines said. We were probably in a position where we weren't going to give some goals, and I think the first 2 we could have handled better in those situations. And then, I thought we did some decent things. I thought we didn't have a ton of looks. I thought we had some, but I don't think they did either. They know they scored 6. I know they scored 6, and I know that. Oh my goodness!
But I think when you look at grade A's either way, it was almost like not a lot going on in the game, and they capitalized on some mistakes we made, and we didn't capitalize on the ones we had.
Absolutely. We do have a game coming up tomorrow against the Sharks at 9 p.m. Make sure you guys show your support for our Wild. We have the great eTab game that you guys can play wherever you're at playing Pilot games. The eTab game is called Let's Go Wild. It's a great way to show your support and take home some awesome prizes while you're playing.
Absolutely. It's definitely a great time there as we get after it right here in this final game that we're going to be live with you guys for. Few fun movies released on today. In 2003, we got Just Married. This is Cameron Diaz and Ashton Kutcher, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy. Different one. That was What Happens in Vegas. I got it mixed up with What Happens in Vegas. But this is a fun one that is chaotic comedy that it's a fun comedy romance watch.
I like the people in it. I don't like this movie. I like them really a lot respectively, but in this film I thought it was really cheesy, really corny, really not done well.
Is this the one where they go to the really bad hotel and everything
goes wrong?
Everything goes wrong between
They just
them.
are 2 young people that want to get married, and everything goes wrong that can go wrong.
Yeah, I do remember this one.
Don't like it.
Yeah, it was a hard watch.
It's super hard, and I love Brittany Murphy. I watch everything that she's been in, but man, that was a stinker.
Next up in 2003, we have the 25th Hour. This one stars Edward Norton, Philip Seymour Hoffman, as well as Rosario Dawson and others. Very, very fantastic cast, as this is a drama.
Absolutely. This is really well received as well. I can't say I've personally seen this one, but this follows the events of 2001 on September 11th, and so definitely give it a watch if you're interested. It's directed by Spike Lee.
Wow. Next up in 2020, we got Like a Boss. That was released on today. This one has Jennifer Coolidge, Rose Byrne, and Samala Hayek, Tiffany Haddish, and others. Really, really fun group of women getting together for this comedy drama released on today.
Yeah, Salma Hayek is playing the head honcho of a beauty industry, as Tiffany Haddish and Rose Byrne want to start their own cosmetic company.
Oh.
And yeah, they're like little fish fish in a big pond.
Fun stuff. Last one released on today in 2020, we got Underwater. This one has Kristen Stewart, Jessica Henwick, and others. TJ Miller's in it. As this is a sci-fi action work, maybe worth a watch.
Yeah,
Underwater's
it seems
always
pretty
freaked
cool.
me out, so it seems fun.
Absolutely. This is actually one that I would like to watch. We have another one coming out this next year that's kind of an underwater creature horror work that's going to be hitting our theaters, and so maybe I'll give that one a watch on today. We do have Shawnee at the Mix of War and taking home that final Musco prize, $140.80 going on out to you. Congratulations, Shawnee. Before we let you guys loose, though, for that round of Lucky 4 bingo, we want to highlight a very important player.
Vader over at the Log Cabin Bar Emily took home an awesome prize of $83,000. And over at the Log Cabin Bar in Emily, they support the Outing Chamber of Commerce, which their mission is to foster local businesses and local and regional businesses. This organization, steeped in tradition yet forward-thinking, serves as an anchor for businesses' growth and economic development, ensuring that commerce is vibrant, innovative, and inclusive. That's an awesome little reminder for you guys that when you're playing pilot games, your community wins. Have a great one.